Hello everybody, this is Freddy from Turn Vertical, and in today's video we're going to go over the breakdown effect. And what the breakdown effect essentially is that you think Facebook spends money on ads, ad sets, placements that are not profitable for you or that are not good for your business. And this is flawed thinking, and I'm going to explain to you why this is flawed thinking. I'm going to give you a real life example. I'm going to kind of debunk the myth. I'm going to link an official Facebook article which probably helps you become a better media buyer. So let's get right into it with a real life example. This is a brand which I manage, clients count. Total ad spend is 146K. This is one ad set only, Advantage Plus shopping campaign brought. And as you can see, the top ad spent 65K with a 2.02 ROAS, and the third most spending one only spent 18K but got a 2.83 ROAS. So tons of people that I know would probably turn off would turn this ad off, and with the hopes of this ad getting more spent because it has a higher ROAS. And that's essentially the question that everybody's asking themselves, that people want to have an answer to. Why is Facebook not spending more on that ad with a 2.89 ROAS? And that's essentially because of the breakdown effect. And it is because the algorithm can predict the future, in some ways, but you can't. So let me explain, because I have some cool graph prepared for this. This is basically a graph. Ad 1, is this one, with 2.02 ROAS, and ad 2 is the one which has 80K spent, and let me actually do this. So this is ad 2, and this is ad 1. So we make it even easier for you to kind of digest this. And what happens is, as you can see, this is CPA, and this is the time. And at first, ad number 1 has a higher CPA, which you can which you can see in the ROAS. The ROAS is lower, so it most likely has a high CPA. I don't have the CPA included here, but it has a high CPA. While ad number 2, which is the red one, starts at a lower CPA. But then over time, what kind of happens is that they kind of meet each other at a certain line, and all of a sudden, ad 2 has a higher ROAS, while a lower ROAS, while ad number 1 kind of has that lower CPA and therefore a higher ROAS. And what this would mean is, with this real example, if this ad, would spend 65K, the ROAS would be worse than this one. And that's why Facebook is not spending more on that particular ad, right? And that's what you have to understand, is that Facebook's algorithm can kind of predict the future, and that sense, they know, which ad people, for example, at scale, react to more. There can be tons of different reasons for why that is happening. For example, maybe this ad, it is not, but I'm just giving you a few examples. Maybe this ad, for example, is a story-only ad, and stories, may have less people, viewing stories versus more people, for example, scrolling through the newsfeed. So the story has less impressions possible, while newsfeed has more impressions. So that's why Facebook can't spend more there, because there's simply not more impressions. But that could be, one example. Could be one reason. A second example would maybe be, let's say this is an ad for a male and female, and this ad is being displayed to females, for example, and this is being displayed to males. But male make up 66% of all buyers, and females for some reason make up 33% of the overall buyers, right? So Facebook can't spend more here because there are not more women in this example. It's made up, but could be a real life case, because there are not more women, who want to buy the product, for example. It might be that maybe this is an image ad. This is an image ad. Maybe this is a video ad, and more people just simply buy from videos for your brand, right? There could be tons of reasons for why Facebook is not shifting more budget to that other ad. The only thing that you have to understand is that if you're running Facebook's best practices, which is CBO campaign, consolidate accounts, use broad as an ad set, 3 to 5 or 3 to 7 ads within an ad set, right? That you should judge your CPA by looking at the overall amount or the overall CPA or overall ROAS. But in this example, obviously it's 2.18. So if I'm happy with this, Facebook did its job correctly, or I did my job as a media buyer correctly, I have chose the right creatives, right landing page, good conversion rate, etc. For that to be in place. So obviously it's a fair question to ask, how can I squeeze better ROAS out of this if I can't just turn off one ad, right? Super simple question, super simple answer to that question. What you want to do, if you want to try to get a higher ROAS or lower CPA at scale, let's say I would want to have like a 2.25 ROAS. That would maybe make me break even. Maybe I'm losing money at the 2.1 ROAS at scale, Again, hypothetically, an example. What I would do is, I would go and look at the top ad, which has this ROAS. I would look at this ad, as its own and see how can I improve this ad. Then I would test, this ad, like iterations of this particular ad. And if one iteration, performs better than this one, then I would slowly but surely start to introduce it into that, scaling ad set. And that's how you decrease your CPA. You decrease your CPA by improving existing ads and not by turning off ads that perform worse than your best ones, which have way less spend, right? But yeah, that's the breakdown effect explained. I hope I did well. Basically, the conclusion is, trust the algorithm. You are not smarter than Facebook. You're simply not. With CPO, evaluate performance at the campaign level. So if you're running like multiple ad sets, look at the performance, look at the CPA, look at your ROAS on the campaign level. Is my campaign overall result, is that what I want it to be? Then it's all good. When using automated placements, which you should be doing, evaluate results at the ad set level, not at these. $1 went to IG stories, but it got 10x ROAS. Why am I not spending more on IG story? Bullshit. Look at the ad set level. And then when running multiple ads, evaluate results at the ad set level as well, right? Don't think you're smarter than Facebook. Rarely there are like instances where the algo is broken. I'm not saying that if, for example, you spend 99% of your budget on like news feed articles and your ROAS is like 0, that you should not be looking into this. But if you are seeing, if you're having a healthy account, a healthy ROAS, healthy CPMs, Facebook's doing everything right. And that's why you should probably turn off your best, or that's why you shouldn't turn off your most spending ad, because even if it has bad ROAS, it's still better than 0, right? Even if it has a 1 ROAS, it's still better than having 0x ROAS. And that's why most people get Facebook ads wrong, because they simply don't understand how the algorithm works. Again, I've linked the newsfeed article in the description below to Facebook's newsfeed. But I hope this video was valuable to you, and I'm seeing you in the next one. Bye.